Welcome back. Now with your 5-day weather forecast, here's Shiloh Adams.
You can expect the temperature to be hopping around the positive side of the thermometer over the holidays. Today and Good Friday will have the sun hiding behind some clouds, but we are expected to reach a high of +8 for both today and tomorrow. Friday may also see a low of +1. The sun will come out Saturday and bring us to a high of +10 and a low of -2. Sunday may bring in the rain at times with a low of +2 and a high of +6. And Monday, we drop to a high of +2 and a low of -3. That's your 5-day weather forecast. Now back to you in the newsroom.
Thanks, Shiloh. Police have arrested 18 people in 2 separate drug busts in Quebec this morning. Around 120 officers executed raids targeting a drug trafficking ring in an eastern Montreal suburb. 12 people have been arrested on suspicion of trafficking cocaine, methamphetamines, hashish, and marijuana. A second operation was outside Quebec City. Around 40 officers targeted 5 homes and arrested 6 people. Police say they expect more arrests throughout the day.
The Harper government is pulling out of a United Nations Anti-Droughts Convention. The convention, which Canada signed in 1994, is focused on stopping the spread of droughts, especially in Africa. Out of 194 countries and the European Union, Canada is now the only one not part of the agreement. There has been no comment yet on this abrupt move from the Harper government, but it did catch the UN Secretariat off guard, who was informed by a phone call.
Nelson Mandela, South Africa's first black president, has been admitted to hospital for a recurring lung infection. A presidential spokesman says there is some cause for worry, but that those treating Mandela were very competent. The 94-year-old Nobel laureate has been hospitalized many times in the last year. In December, Mandela spent 3 weeks in a hospital where he was treated for a lung infection and had a procedure to remove gallstones. He was admitted to hospital just before midnight on Wednesday.
For the first time in nearly 2 weeks, banks in Cyprus have opened their doors to the public, but there are some harsh restrictions on their transactions. Cash withdrawals have been limited to €300 a day per person, and a limit of €5,000 for payments abroad has also been established. In addition, no checks can be cashed, although they can be deposited, and those leaving the country can only take up to €1,000 with them. Police and private security forces kept watch outside many banks and ATMs in the capital.
Malala Yousafzai, the 15-year-old Pakistani girl shot in the head by the Taliban in October of last year, says she is writing a memoir. Yousafzai was an activist promoting the education of girls, banned from going to school because of the influence of the Taliban. A gunman shot Yousafzai for what the Taliban said was promoting, quote, Western thinking, and for her online criticisms of the Taliban's position on girls' education.
And now with your sports news, here's Samantha Martin.
Hi everyone. The NHL trade deadline is less than a week away and a huge deal has already been made. The Calgary Flames traded captain Jarome Iginla to the Penguins in exchange for prospects Kenneth Agostino and Ben Hanowski. They also got Pittsburgh's 2013 #1 draft pick. In his 15 seasons with the Flames, Iginla has scored 525 goals and 570 assists in over 1,200 games. The Leafs are in action tonight hosting the Hurricanes at the ACC. The Leafs will try to extend their longest point streak of the season to 7, while the Canes are looking to snap their 6-game losing streak. The Leafs sit in 6th place in the East and 4 spots ahead of Carolina. In other NHL action tonight, the 9th place Islanders are in Philadelphia tonight to take on the Flyers. The Jets are in Pittsburgh to take on the Penguins. Jarome Iginla is not expected to take the ice in a Pens jersey as he still has business to take care of in Calgary. And the Penguins currently have the longest win streak in pro sports at the moment as the Miami Heat lost to the Bulls after 27 straight wins. The Rangers are south of the border to take on the Sens. The Rangers are in 8th spot in the East, 7 points behind Ottawa. The Sabres are in the Sunshine State taking on the Panthers. Buffalo lost their last game and the Panthers have lost 3 straight. The Blues are hosting the Kings tonight. The 17-13-2 Blues are 1 spot behind the 18-12-2 Kings in 7th spot. The Phoenix Coyotes are winless in 7 and need a win tonight against the Predators to avoid their longest losing streak in 19 years. The Oilers are opening a 3-game homestand as they host the Blue Jackets tonight. The Jackets are closing in on top 8 in the West with points in 13 of 14 games. And Vancouver is hosting Colorado tonight. The two teams played earlier this week with the Canucks winning 1-0. If the Avalanche lose again, it will be the team's longest losing streak on the road in 23 years. And finally, the Red Wings are facing off against the Sharks in San Jose. The Sharks have one of the league's best penalty kills and are 4 places behind Detroit in 8th spot. To some March Madness matchups now. There are 4 games taking place tonight. Number 3 Marquette is taking on number 2 Miami. Number 6 Arizona is tipping off against number 2 Ohio State. Number 4 Syracuse is battling it out with number 1 Indiana. And number 13 LaSalle is still holding strong. They're going up against number 9 Wichita State. That's all for sports. Now back to the newsroom.
Thanks, Samantha. And if you're looking for something festive to do around the city this long weekend, the Toronto Zoo Extravaganza is happening all day Friday. There is an Easter chocolate tour in Trinity Bell Woods Sunday morning, and you can stop by Casa Loma for an Easter brunch before seeing the Toronto Vintage Easter Parade head down Yonge Street, or go to the annual Toronto Beaches Lions Club Parade in the East End.
That's all for Humber News today. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ryan Sondercook.
And I'm Kelly Snyder. Have a great long weekend, and we'll see you next time.